Did you know that the elevator call button, the water dispenser, or the doorknob in your office have more germs than a public restroom? Germs are not visible to the naked eye, but they are everywhere and they spread and duplicate fast. I wish money would duplicate that fast in my wallet. Speaking of money, in 2017, the Scientific American Journal published an article titled Dirty Money by author Maroon. In this article, Maroon states that fecal bacteria and other pathogens such as yeast and mold can travel from a person's hands and into our currency. The article states that antibiotic resistant bacteria such as MRSA or MRSA, which is life threatening, can survive on currency. And they also found traces of cocaine, heroin, yeast, and mold on cash. I'm sure that all these disgusting facts about money are making you not want to handle cash again. After all, we live in the age of technology where everyone can use plastic or some sort of digital payment. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but getting rid of currency will not eliminate or stop the spread of these filthy bacteria. In 2016, the medical the Medical Daily website published an article titled Why Wash Your Hands by author Borelli. The article is in regards to a study in which 50 volunteers' hands were swabbed in London with the help of Ron Cutler, a microbiologist from Queen Mary University of London. They found that everyone had bacteria on their hands, and fecal matter was present in 26 to 30% of people. Additionally, this article revealed that fecal bacteria doesn't just come from the bathroom. Kitchen sinks harbor 1,000 times more germs than a toilet, while most chopping boards have fecal matter on it. You probably want to go home and scrub your sink like crazy, but let me remind you that visibly clean does not equal clean. In 2022, an article titled Germs by Mayo Clinic, a foundation for medical education and research, found that bacteria are so small that if you were to take 1,000 of them and line them end by end, they could fit across the end of a pencil eraser. Think about how many pencil erasers can cover the surface of your sink. But that's not all. The article also stated that many of these bacteria are disease causing bacteria that can cause diseases such as strep throat, tuberculosis, and urinary tract infections. All of this talk about infections makes me think about COVID and how fast it spread. Another well known and widely contagious infection is salmonella. In 2022, the Clinical Journal of Global Burden of Non-Typhoidal Salmonella published a study by Magowitz and Associates. The study is named Burden of Illness. Magowitz estimated that 93.8 million cases of gastroenteritis due to Salmonella species occur globally each year, and out of these, 155,000 of these result in death. Overall, 80.3 million of these cases were foodborne. Foodborne, that means that someone handled food inappropriately and then the next person ingested it and got sick. And the number one way of getting rid of bacteria on food is through contaminated hands. The solution to cutting out the spread of disease generating microorganisms is proper hand washing. Yes, proper hand washing will break the cycle of transmitting harmful bacteria and viruses that can lead to illness. The recently assessed article by the CDC titled Wash Your Hands, the CDC being the Centers of Disease Control, states that hand washing reduces the number of people who get sick with diarrhea by 23 to 40%, and it reduces diarrheal illness in people with weakened immune system by 58%. As you can see, proper and frequent hand washing can really make a difference. So many people object to this because they say that washing their hands too often will dry them out. But let me remind you that there is such a thing as sanitize. There is such a thing as soap, antimicrobial soap with moisturizer that is very inexpensive. Other objectors of washing hands think that using hand sanitizer is good enough. But hand sanitizer only eliminates 99% of germs, and it's only indicated for the use in hands that are not visibly dirty. Imagine hosting your next big dinner party with all of your closest family there, friends and family. You practice good hand hygiene and you serve food, all goes well. Now, imagine hosting your family is all there waiting to eat, and you need to run to the restroom really quick, and then you run back and start serving. You forget to properly wash your hands, and as a result, the next day, half of your family and friends are sick, violently sick with diarrhea and vomiting, and your 98-year-old grandma gets really sick and ends up in ICU. This is a result of not practicing proper hand hygiene. Don't let this be your story. Wash your hand often and properly. Make sure to wash your hands, especially whenever you're going to touch your eyes, your nose, your mouth, whenever you're going to prepare food, serve food, or eat food. The proper way to wash your hands is by making sure to wet your hands completely. You want to rub your hands with soap and water, making sure you pay attention to the areas between your fingers, your fingernails, and the back of your hands. It's a good rule of thumb to wash your hands for 20 seconds. You can sing the happy birthday song while you wash your hands. It's very important that you wash your hands, that you wash them often, and that you wash them correctly. The health of your friends and family and the future relies on your hands.